naman po sila. Nung binan po ni Pangulong Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos, sila po ay nakahanap din ng mga iba't ibang trabaho. At nakalipat po sila sa iba't ibang trabaho. But what has happened? Hindi na po natin nakikita mga sindikato nag-ooperate dito. Alam po ni Senator Bato yan because he and I are one heart lang po kami sa mga nagalit po kami sa mga nagsispiya sa ating bansa, espionage, in the guise of being POGO workers, yung mga triad, in the guise of being POGO workers, kinikidnap po nila yung mga kapwa nilang Chinese, at pati na rin yung mga Pilipino, yung namatay ngayon sa pagmamayari nitong manufacturing plant na Filipino-Chinese na pinatay, nakarumal-dumal ng pagpatay sa kanya. So, ngayon na wala na pong POGO, medyo nakita natin wala na pong laman sa ating mga balita itong mga sindikatong ito. Mukhang lumayas na. Mukhang pumunta na sa Cambodia at sa ibang bansa. Kaya, I believe, Mr. President, if we are sincere in stopping this addiction, because it is now an epidemic of epidemic proportions. Imagine, I would hate to say this, but will we have to wait for another year for the next honor of the President to hear him say something about this? I'm appealing to the President, if his people are listening, or if he's listening to this, Mr. President, please give us guidance on this epidemic. How can we stop this epidemic from engulfing our whole country and our nation and our people with this cancer of society, Mr. President?
So, Mr. President, how do you propose to go about this? Because I think, if I may suggest, it is better that before we express the sense of the Senate, we have to have first committee hearings regarding this issue, so that we can be supplied with data and other informations coming from the relevant agencies and other stakeholders, so that the sense of the Senate will be supported with the data, and it will be very strong if we are going to do that. So that's just my proposal, Mr. President.
Tama po ang ating kapatid sa taga Mindanao, Mr. President, Senator Bato de la Rosa. And I believe magkakaroon yata ng hearing na po si Senator Erwin Tulfo next week. Ang request ko nga po sa our majority leader, may I request that I think final naman that I may be made chairman of the Committee on Economic Affairs. I don't want to preempt. But if possible, at the end of my speech, you can refer to the committee of Senator Erwin and my committee kasi may economic implications din po yan. What's the loss to government revenue? At the same time, what is the impact on the economy of our country? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Senator Sobel.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Senator De La Rosa. Only one question, if I may, Senator Subiri.
Please.
Yes, sir. Yes, Mr. President.
What is the reaction of the CBCP regarding this issue?
Who sino po?
CBCP daw.
CBCP.
They're very supportive. As a matter of fact, Bishop Cardinal David, sorry, my apologies. Cardinal David has already come out stating that they are not in favor of regulation but a total ban. As a matter of fact, sinabi nga ni Senator Bam Aquino kanina na ang regulation lang po, ang kikitain ng PAGCOR ay hindi katumbas na mangyayaring social ills sa ating mga kababayan. As a matter of fact, he likened it to saying that if you're going to regulate e-gambling, you might as well regulate shabu and make money out of shabu. Kasi yan daw ang parang analogy niya na at dadaming gumagamit ng shabu, lalong dadaming gagamit ng shabu, lalong lalala ang sitwasyon sa ating bansa. So parang sinasabi niya that regulation will not work, Mr. President.
Okay, thank you, Senator Subiri.
Thank you, sir.
Majority Leader.
Mr. President, next to interpolate or make a manifestation is the gentleman from San Juan, Senator J.V. Ejercito. I move that he be recognized, Mr. President.
The good one is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President. First of all, I'd like to commend our brother, our colleague, our seatmate for standing up regarding this clear and present danger, I would say. Nagsalita na po ako, Mr. President, na kamakailan na the problem of online gaming or online gambling right now is worse than Pogo. At least po yung Pogo, pera po ng banyaga, pumapasok dito, kaya lang, nagamit nga lang po yung Pogo sa krimen dito. Pero pera po nila. Ang problema sa online gambling, Mr. President, we are victimizing Filipinos. Pera po ng Pilipino, lalong-lalo na po, yung mamahihirap, na pa 10-10 piso, sa halip na may maipon sila, ay naubos. So I'd like to commend Senator Mig Zubiri, our colleague, for standing up for this very hot issue, I would say, that needs our attention. Ngayon lang po, Mr. President, kakukuha ko lang sa news, no? Philippine gaming industry posted 214 billion in gross gaming revenues in the first half of 2025. A 26% increase from a year earlier. And ang ano po rito, Mr. President, Senator Zubiri, 53% of the 215 billion gaming revenue is from e-games drive. So that's one of the reasons probably, Mr. President, that, PAGCOR is really not keen on banning online gaming because of the surge in the revenues the past year because of online gaming. Mr. President, also, I'd like to commend you, Mr. President, Mr. Senator Zubiri, because as you're correct, we are already promoting a culture of gambling in this country. From Pogo to Isabong and now online gambling. Parang wala na po tayong ibang industriya na pwedeng palaguin kung hindi pagsusugal. Mr. President, coming from San Juan, where we come from our home, traversing EDSA, going to the Senate, probably 70% of the billboards in EDSA is about online gaming. Ang masakit po nito, Mr. President, celebrities, athletes, sila po nag-i-endorse. So kaya nga, tama si, parang pag nag-scroll kayo, kala nyo, laro-laro lang, gaming, tapos may kita nyo, mga celebrities and athletes endorsing na parang for an ordinary Filipino, parang hindi mali ito at hindi masama. So, Mr. President, and as pointed out by Senator Ontiveros earlier, yung pong e-wallet applications is an enabler of the proliferation of online gaming. Napakadali po. In fact, itong pong GCash, Paymaya, masama pa rito yung credit cards. Dati po, 1 or 2 steps lang, you can already access the gaming application. Nandun na kagad. Ang masama rin, nandun pa yung advertisement. But when we call their attention, ngayon, naglagay sila safeguard, pero 3 steps, ganun pa rin ho. Ang ano ko lang, Mr. President, before just a manifestation, but I think before the investigation or the hearing that will be taken, probably Senator Zubiri can already ask the agencies, whether it's the ones already, BSP or NTC, that probably if they can regulate or if not prohibit the e-wallet applications from being enablers of the online gaming services. Talagang ito po ang I think this is the main culprit, Mr. President, kasi napakadali talaga ma-access yung pong online gaming through the GCash, Paymaya, and other online applications. So, with that, Mr. President, again, I can recommend Senator Zubiri for taking up this matter. It's only our 3rd day of session, but I think this is a matter that we really have to give preferential attention to at this time. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. President, to the good gentleman from
Thank you,
San Juan.
Senator Hercito, Majority Leader.
Mr. President, if I may.
Thank you, Papa.
Yes, please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm happy that you're excited with my standing here, Mr. President, as I ask the gentleman from Bukidnon if I may be allowed to just ask 2-3 questions, Mr. President, with the indulgence of the gentleman.
Yeah, of course, Mr. President. I'd be honored to be interpolated by our dear colleague. And
First of all, Mr. President, at the onset, may I be allowed to associate myself with the privileged speech of the gentleman from Bukidnon on the urgent need to completely ban online gambling in our country. In fact, Mr. President, this representation included in our top 10 priority measures, Senate Bill number 47, or the Anti-Online Gambling Act. As we firmly believe, Mr. President, that these activities are a poison to that is slowly destroying the lives of our people. Senator Bato earlier asked about some of the data regarding online gambling. Let me just put on record, Mr. President, yung pong Capstone Intel, they revealed that 66% of young Filipinos aged 18 to 40 are involved in online gambling. 66%, Mr. President. Yes, age 18 to 40. Age 18 to 40. Part of the report, Mr. President, says even middle-aged adults are not spared. In fact, 57% of respondents aged 41 to 55 engaged in various online gambling activities. And Mr. President, it's concerning because nearly a third of users bet 2 to 3 times a week, with some wagering up to 3,000 pesos per session. Mr. President, hindi na po biro ito, and if the gentleman would agree with me, and perhaps my first question is, would you believe that this is now it's a national crisis that we have to face, this growing and worsening online gambling epidemic, Mr. President?
I totally agree with the gentleman from Bulacan, Mr. President. As a matter of fact, the figures that were mentioned by the good gentleman from San Juan, Senator Hercito, JV, is alarming. Because if they double in number, isa lang ibig sabihin po niyan, mas marami pong pumusta sa kanilang mga gaming sites. Dumami po ang napusta or mas malaki na ang inilabas nilang pondo para sa mga gaming sites na ito. Because they're earning from the taxes. The figures that Senator JV is pointing out are the gross revenues, and therefore, if the gross revenues increase twofold, that could also mean that maybe there were twice the more number of gamblers which are Filipino. Hindi po to Pogo, hindi po to Chinese. Ito po ay Pilipino. Mga kababayan po natin ito.
And that's the problem.
Bisaya, Ilocano, Tagalog.
Mr. President, that is the problem. Because for me, ever since I became a member of this August Chamber, I always ask, what is really the policy of the government when it comes to gambling? Pagka dumaan sa Kongreso, binigyan ng imprimatur, it becomes legal. Pag hindi, illegal. Now, who is the state regulator? PAGCOR. You look at PAGCOR, perhaps it's only in the Philippines, Mr. President. PAGCOR is the regulator, at the same time, PAGCOR is the operator. In fact, in our hearings here in the Senate, I remember the PAGCOR chief made mention that they intend to end that dual role of being operator and regulator at the same time. But that was 2023, Mr. President. Until now, I don't see, Mr. President, maybe I'm wrong, maybe the gentleman from Bukidnon would have some information about this as to where is PAGCOR going? Are we, as policymakers, are we still going to allow this, Mr. President, na yung bankero, siya din ang magpupuli sa kanyang sarili. Yung operator, siya din yung regulator, Mr. President.
Yan ang masama, Mr. President. Katulad yan, Mr. President, I just want to put on record, I don't know if you've seen it in the news articles, PAGCOR Employees Association, lahat ng empleyado ng PAGCOR, tutol sa online gambling. Can you imagine that, Mr. President? I actually mentioned it during my press conference. I saw the press release. If you go online now and check in the news, PAGCOR Employee Association, tutol sila sa online gambling. Siguro, dahil apektado din yung mga pamilya nila. Kasi alam naman nila dati hawak ng PAGCOR casino lang. So di ba kung bawal ang kawani ng gobyerno pumunta sa casino.
Yes.
Eh ngayon lahat na pwede maglaro. Kawani ng gobyerno, babae ka man, lalaki ka man,